we'll be doing inside heel hook defense, 50-50 or 80-20, depending on how you want to do it. And basically all I'm going to teach you is this. That's it. That's the class. Yeah?
That's the class.
Yeah, maybe they knew that all I was going to teach is this. Yeah. But, so
karate.
it's karate. Yes, karate is better than jiu-jitsu actually. All right. So what we'll be doing is I need a long. Sorry, Wim, I'm going to use you. What? Yeah, returning the favor. So I'm gonna sit. For those of you not familiar, who's familiar with 50-50? Yes? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, alright, so we're in 50-50. Now obviously I want this, to not expose my leg. I want to drop this, increase my odds. I don't want to extend it too much. I don't want to bend it too much here. It's a 80-20 position. This would be 90-10. When I cross my leg to this side, or better known as outside the talking, I'll do it on this side of the camera. So, what they call 50-50. If I unlock, he can have access to my heel, and I can have access to his heel. We both don't contact. So, in general, you see people crossing, people dropping this hip, because now if you twist my heel, my knee can turn, so I'm relatively safe. Yeah? If I drop my knee, we call it 80-10. If I bring this here, 80-20. If I bring this here, it's 90-10. And yeah, most of you have seen several ways of defending 50-50. Leglock plays a lot of pummeling here, but what we are going to do is simply this. So we're going to go into 50-50. I'm not going to try to drop this heel. I'm not going to try to outspeed him, play that game. I'm going to take the defensive route. So, Nim's going to drop his knee. He's better than I am. He gets it here. Especially if he has something to push here, it's going to be very hard for me. So, as that before that happens or while that happens, I'm going to stick my foot through and up. Now, Wim cannot purely reach the heel. He has to adjust. Can you reach it from here? No, it's hard. He has to maybe adjust, bridge up, grab my toes with this hand. There's a lot of stuff he can do, but it's not easy. It's fairly well hidden. If I make sure this leg doesn't come over, I can, not suggesting you should, but I can kind of camp out here. I'm relatively safe. So, this is the first thing we're going to do. We're going to be here. Yeah? I'm just going to assume that Wim's going to scoot that way. Scoot. Free his, drop his knee. I'm not going to keep locking. I'm going to completely unlock. I'm just going to stick it through. Now, I'm not pointing my toes. I'll be doing this. I'll be hooking it back. And I'm just going to ask my partner to hook me. Yeah? Alright. This is step one. We're going to do this. For now, don't cross this leg over yet. He is allowed to cross it here if you want. This is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Just not over yet. Yeah? 3, 2, 1, go. So, even if I hide it like this, yeah, Wim is eventually gonna maybe base on his head or rotate through, and he's still gonna catch my heel. He's still gonna catch it. Maybe he uses this hand to assist, to grab my heel, and see, he has it on the back side. So let's do it from the other side. Camera can catch it. Let me turn. There.
I can just walk
Even if I do this, I hook. Initially he can, especially if he has this on my stomach to push me out. Initially he cannot catch it, but as he bases on his head or rolls through, especially if he uses this hand to assist, he's gonna catch it eventually. This is a very bad angle. This is a clean break because his body weight is going down. Yeah? So, what else do we have to do? We have to just stop his rotation. So, if I do it to him this time, and I hook and just, yes, yeah. Initially he won't get it. Right. Doesn't matter now. All I need to do is this. This, and I'm going to lean my head here. You can put your elbow here. Some people find that uncomfortable. You can also put your hand on his calf and your elbow in his hip. It makes the rotation harder. Yeah? So it can be this. I will show it from another angle also. It can be this. It can even be hugging it. This I find best because it's more my shoulder. Now, rotate. I counter push, so it's hard for his rotation. Yeah? And now, if he just force the rotation, he has to let he has to go past the line of my knee now to rotate. So we'll do it again here. So I'm doing this. Initially it's pretty hard for him to catch it, but he's not stupid. He's gonna base on his head, gonna roll through. Again, this is personal preference. This is good. This is good. Even this is good, but this cost me a lot of strength, and this is more like a frame with my shoulder. You have to be able to lean forward a bit, so it costs a little bit flexibility. With all the grips I showed you, now can you rotate through it, please, to catch it? It's very hard. See, and now already his connection to my knee is loosening. So go. All I have to do is like 2 centimeters. This, and even if now I'm pretty much out. He doesn't. Even if he does catch my heel at this point, we can kick out. Yeah. So it's very subtle. All I did is this, and prevent or slow his rotation a lot. Yeah? This is what we're gonna try. If it's all too complicated, just put something in between and make sure to push that way that it's hard for him to rotate over. Questions? Need to see it again? No? Very good.
With the difference from
how are we doing with this? Questions? It's fairly simple, yeah? Just use karate. It's better than jiu-jitsu. Okay. No? No questions? Everybody got it? So, they're just gonna put me there again. Now, I was hoping somebody would ask the question, but what if he puts the leg across? Yeah, because now it's very hard for me. I have nothing here. I cannot stop. I can do this, but it's hard for me to stop his rotation based on your head and rotate through, please. It's very hard for me to stop this if this leg already came across. Yeah? But there's not only, the best way to stop rotation is before the inertia begins. So if you want to stop a swinging punch, you stop it. Punch swing, you do this. The swing is not going to happen. You stop the inertia before it begins. If you cannot, I physically cannot put something here now to stop his initial inertia, but I can make it heavy. Yeah? What I can do, so if you look closely, in order to rotate too, his hip has to at least come up. So go. See, it comes up. So if I cannot stop the initial rotation, I can at least counterforce it like this, and now rotate. Yeah, no, he can still rotate. His hip can, because his hip will beat mine. But look, and what I did, once he came up, I came up with him, and I pummeled my foot. Just lock it. Yeah, you can have the outside fully. Yeah, I push against it. He goes for the rotation. I lift with him. Go, pummel my foot in, and I separate. And when I separate, you cannot keep this when you separate. You're hooking yourself, pushing yourself back. As you pummel this, you have to point your toes and separate. Don't do any crazy stuff, just get to here. I will show one more time. So I want you guys to play with this, yeah? So I'm here, he has it all the way across. I'm like, this is bad. Stop, and look, pushing here is pointless if my body is on this side. If most of my body weight is here, this is not gonna stop anything. Rotate through. This will not stop anything. I have to make my body go forward, and now go. He feels now it's harder to roll. Yeah, so even if he forces it, if he's persistent, I will pummel this out. Now here, you need to scoot out, and later on, we're gonna do the same thing back to him. And he's gonna do the same thing to me. So I can start here, I can do the initial drill, or he's just, for the sake of the drill, he's just gonna let me be here, and now he can do it. Yeah? So I will show again. I was a little bit late, Wim got this. Don't just push here and stay here, push and lean your weight forward. There's a massive difference between trying to stop him here, go, he will go, and trying to stop him here. And I'm also coming, most of my weight's also leaning there, so go. Now I'm here, come up a bit, slip, you need to here, pull this out, hug the knee, and just for the sake of the drill, I'm gonna do this, and now your partner can do the same thing. Yeah? Clear? Go. Somebody asked if it's the same for saddle. It actually is. It's actually harder to pull it off against the 50-50 or 80-20. So, come, I will show you why. If it's saddle, if it's just saddle, this leg is already stopping his own rotation. So even here, this is literally enough. Do the rotate through to get something. This is much easier. All I have to be mindful of is that he doesn't grab the second leg. If I keep it a little bit away, this is much easier. And here, the whole technique, everything is, once I do this, he's not rotating through. Yeah? Whereas, the reason is, the leg that's securing it is also the leg that's stopping him from rotating. Yeah? Because, let's say it was open here. Now, even if I grab, you can rotate. Because the leg is free to move, to make this motion. If it's here, even, you can all even see, like, rotate through to get it. I'm not going to use my hands. Go. Even based on your head. Just the weight on my leg makes it hard. Yeah. So that's why I'm teaching it from the 50-50 type situations, because it's harder to stop that inversion. So if you can do it to some, if you can camp out here in that 80-20, you can, trust me, you can do it in saddle. Yeah? That's why I'm teaching it from here. From here is harder, because their leg is more free to rotate. Everybody got that? Okay, now we're gonna do a little drill. Oh wait, who was able to do that infinity loop? Like I do it, get my leg out.
We weren't sure if you end up in exactly the same position.
You would.
Okay.
Yes, so I will show it again with him. So him puts me in there. Yes, I try, I go like shit, I'm late. I try to stop this, he goes, I lean forward, look, bottom leg, go, go, go. Bottom leg pummels, I kick, now look at my foot. This is the transition he can catch you in, yeah? But that's why from here, you don't pull it straight out, you point. And look, when I point, I don't point my heel down, I still point my heel to that side. Yeah, and then when I kick out, don't kick out straight, I kind of raise this knee to make his knee, look, his knee is very close to the ground now. As I raise this knee, it's easier for me to slip the foot out. Now all I do is kick, hold, put my foot here, for the sake of the drill, Wim's gonna let me, and now he's gonna do the same defense to me. He's gonna hide, yes, I have everything here, he's gonna stop, he's gonna lean his weight, he's gonna stop me from rotating through, I'm gonna try, he's gonna pummel the leg, yes, kick, yes, kick, kick, kick. You have the foot here, now point, and slip it out. Now he's gonna grab my foot, boom, put this foot in here, and throw this over, and now I can do it again. Yes, now I can do it again. Get that? I want everybody to try that again. Yeah? Get this drill going that you can always escape and attack back. Good? Go. If I don't want to play leg locks with the guy, maybe I know he's good at leg locks, I will just disengage. But attacking back, if somebody tries to leg lock you, you attack back. Even if you fail and then he disengages, he'll think twice to do it again. So, we've covered this, we've covered this. Yeah? All of the things you see on YouTube is people rotating from here through to backside 50-50, which there's a lot of material out there, how to defend that, how to deal with that. But what I'm trying to do today is stop the rotation and kill the game before it begins. Because then you're much more comfortable staying here if you know that you took away movement. If you take away movement, you take away variables. There's not much I can do if he stops my rotation. Because there are two things that can happen. They rotate through to get the heel, and people will get frustrated, they will abandon everything, they will do this and rip across to this side and go for the rotational finish. This can happen. You can say, yeah, this is shitty, but if somebody does this really hard and fast, and you know, maybe he kicks, he will snap something of you, yeah? So, I do it to him, he's not gonna snap my leg, hopefully. So, I'm here. I did all of the steps, yeah? And regardless of if it's this, or if it's this, the point is, at a certain point, if I camp out there, he might get frustrated. So let's go with this. Yeah, let's go with this because it's easier for the camera, it's easier to see. So I can stop rotation in all of the ways I explained. This, or this. I'm stopping him, rotation, I'm hooking. If I stay here and nothing happens, it's not like he's gonna voluntarily unlock his legs, because if he completely unlocks and does here, maybe he's scared that I will get a rotational finish of him. No. He will take everything he has, yeah? He will try to scoop his hip underneath me and rotate everything to this side while protecting his own legs, and now he might just rip across. Yeah? People say, yeah, you can turn this and that. It's true, but if I go here and now him flares his leg, it might not work out for me. Yeah? So I need to be ready for that. Because if you frustrate people here, they will go fuck it. They will just go old school and rip across the chest to that way. This is very good at stopping this rotation. This is useless at stopping that rotation. Yeah? And if he really hangs, grabs here at the knee band, this, yeah, and hangs his full weight there, it's very hard for me to stop him not to bend my leg a little bit and expose my heel a little bit. Yeah? So what I need to do is I need to, as he goes, I need to go up with him a little bit, push my leg in and put it in his armpit. I will show you what I mean. Now my knee is close to his hip, so if he exerts force to there, his hip strength and back strength will bend my leg and expose my heel. I was here. As I feel that he's gonna do that, I'm gonna come up even more. Now he's on his back. See? Can you heel hook me now? No. To do something, you will have to need to go here, grab my leg, maybe twist it like this. Some people are trying to bring it to the other side for outside leg lift, but anything, he has to have 2 shoulders on the mat. I'll explain later what we're gonna do once he has 2 shoulders on the mat, but him having 2 shoulders on the mat is not bad for us. It's actually pretty good for us, because we can work from there. So again, I'm here, I'm just camping out here, stopping everything, yeah? And at a certain point, he's just gonna rip across. I come, I push myself up, and I'm all the way here. The reason I need to push in more is now the force of his hip is not going to the side of my knee. If I'm here, try to bend my leg to that way. With your hip, just put me that way. It's very hard. Now look, he's already starting to unlock his own feet to do stuff. If my knee was closer to his hip, and Wim will use, even though it's hidden, so come up here, it's closer to his hip, and I don't move it in, and Wim uses the full force of his hips, it's very hard for me to not bend my leg if he hangs with his full weight on it and expose my heel. So what I want everybody to do is just camp out here a bit, and then at a certain point he's gonna hang, I'm gonna push myself in more. See? My knee is past his hip. If he uses his hip now, it's going to my thigh. There's a strong muscle, I can resist that long. Yeah? Everybody stop here, and notice how I'm basing on my shin and on my hand, and I'm leaning forward. Don't lean back. Yeah, don't try to go all the way on your toes, base on your shin. Good? Go. I want to do like an hour of this class and then roll from that position a lot. So we have 15 more minutes, but I'm already having some questions. So one major question is, why don't I just step in? It's definitely possible. Like once you hide, you can actually heist your hip here and stand. It's no problem. You can defend from here. You have to watch that they invert underneath you. It's definitely good. Mr. David, maybe you guys can show it. This was the question. Why don't I just step? So once I stack this, go. Yes, why don't I just stack? This is a very good question. My answer would be, his leg on your hip, when done correctly, should prevent you from coming up that easily. You can still come up, but not that easily. So I will show you what I mean. Come. It's a very good question, yeah? So, the question is, if I'm hiding here already, go, yeah, why don't I just stack it? Yeah, great, yeah? It's because this is actually a back knee. So if I kick this and do this and step in, it's not that easy, see? Yeah. So come, step in more, try to finish it. This is what a good guy will do to you. Yeah? And then your backside, and it's, why do you want to defend backside? Yeah. It's good to do this. I also teach it. To do this, come up here, but there are rules you need to follow. Yeah? Actually wasn't planning on teaching the stand-up, but since there's questions, it's a valid question. Let's go there. I will show on Wim. Yeah? If you want to do that stand-up, it's fine, but you have to adhere to certain rules. Yeah? First of all, keep in mind, this, if he does dit met uw tenen zo, if he back heels hard into his hip, he has a strong connection with me. Now, we're gonna do a little experiment, yeah? Wim's gonna back heel very strong, and I need to stop this, but because he's back heeling hard, we're really connected to each other, yeah? Now, even if I push this and do this, and now I wanna step in, yeah? The moment I step in, I think Wim feels it naturally, it doesn't mean like we get disconnected. Because of the back heel, we actually move in unison, see? What do you feel like doing now? Roll through, Granby, can you Granby?
Hard here, I think, but
Yeah, but you can still, look, you can still catch, bend my heel and catch it. So go back.
feels hard for me to do that.
Yeah, it's hard, but trust
If
me.
I get the shoulder over, then yes.
Not if you go this way.
If I this side.
Granby. Yeah, go. Yes, exactly. Granby through. This is exactly. Yeah? So, it's not a problem. It's just something good guys do. But just to do it, you have to have the rules. The way you need to stand up is this. This needs to be in one line. You need to base out here. Give him the pressure here, not on the side of the knee, and stand up in this manner. If you stand up like that, you can stand up. Come. I'll show you. First, I'm gonna stand up in a shitty way. And I'm just gonna let him invert. I'm gonna stand up. He can, yeah, see this happens. Even if it's hidden, if he rolls through any other way, it will bend your shoulder. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If somebody really puts power, he will bend your leg, especially if he keeps this back. You feel you have strong connection to me, yeah? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stick it in deeper. Now look, I'm gonna stand up in this manner. Can you invert further? No, because these two legs are in the same line. Now if I stand up like this, now I can stop everything. And now from here, you have advanced back takes, which we're not gonna get into. But if you wanna try it, I will recommend everybody try it, and you'll see it's much harder than the stuff we were doing up until now. So all you do is hide, stack in, fine, get on your shin, stand up like this. Any other angle, he will rotate through. You put pressure with the back of your calf onto him, and Wim felt he couldn't roll through, right? So try it. It's very hard. That's why I wasn't planning on teaching this, but try it. And bottom guy, see if you can just spin on your head, or spin any way you know, and see if you can bend his leg. If you can bend his leg, I don't care if you get his heel or not. If you bend, you win. Yeah? Try it. Yeah? One more time. One more time. Wim's goal is going to be to invert through, yeah? I want to stop this, I want to go here, because he has a very strong back heel, yeah? So as I push it further, look, I'm here. This is the angle. Now, he's not putting pressure to the side of my knee, but to the back of my knee, yeah? Maybe I want to clear this, maybe not. This is debatable. But I'm going to stand up in this manner, and now I'm going to clear the knees. Once I clear the knee, if he's greedy, I do the back take as before. If not, I just extract. Yeah? Go. So I made myself the promise I would teach this for 1 hour exactly, and then do some Q&A, and then we can still roll a bit. It was very short and concise, but I hope the concept of not letting him rotate and hiding your heel hooking there, because I'm actually constantly trying to show like my calf area, back of my knee towards his hip, and use my full mobility and full stretch and my back, thigh and calf muscles to stop him from rotating. And then if I assist with my hand, if the rotation stops and I hide my heel like this, I'm not saying you should camp out there, but then you can train in a way that you feel like you don't have to get out immediately. A lot of locks, you can learn to be safe in the position. This is something that Preet also talks about. Like, there are some safe points in submission attempts. But with leg locks, I feel like people just want to get out immediately. And then sometimes you get out, sometimes you catch your foot. But if you're actually comfortable in this position, and you can feel like, oh, he can't get me, you have more time to think like, what am I going to do? I'm going to stand up, am I going to extract? And if you just want to extract and run away, it's because you feel like that's what you want to do, not because you have to or you're going to get caught. If you feel like coming up and stacking in, it's also fine, because you know what angle to give in and what angle not to give in. Don't give in the side of your knee, it's very dangerous, yeah? So, that was the concept. Is there any questions? We can do some short Q&A. Yeah?
When I defend arm bars, yes?
Yeah.
I use this structure or I use this structure.
Yeah.
So now I use this one.
Yes.
Is there something where I use this structure?
Yes. I didn't cover it in this class. I can show it briefly. I tend to not teach this to beginners, but I can show you. Like, first of all, let's not call it this structure. Let's say full extension and a bend. So, after I stuck my leg deeper, if I do this now, he's also not going to rotate. Try to rotate. It's not going to happen. And this is easy. So you have the full extended structure and the bend structure. If I bend too soon, if I go like, yeah, I'm gonna bend my leg now rotate through. See, my knee is still close to his hip. He's gonna catch my heel. So to do it, I have to get my knee totally in. Now bend. He's not gonna do, it's very hard for him to rotate over this and do stuff. I'm not even using my hands. Go. It's hard, yeah? Just imagine if I'm hand fighting doing that. So there is something to be said for bending. Bending is more of a, so go. If I hide it here and I bend, this is more of a now I'm gonna back take you situation. You have the rolls from here towards the back, yeah? Bending is exactly what you need to counter the leg locker with the berimbolo, but bending comes as a price. If you bend too soon, I'm gonna get it. The whole point of what we did today is not to bend, so I can stop the rotation before it begins. I recommend stretching first, then bending. When it's hidden, then it's fine. There are also structures where you go in transition to bend, but this is, I call this more advanced. It's actually not more advanced, it's just more risk. Its speed becomes more of a factor, and some people are comfortable with it, others are not. There's also this structure. I don't do it myself, but it does exist. So if we're here, yeah, the moment he drops for the heel, if I manage to like kick and just do this, this is enough. Like you would think that if my heel is here, I would get, but especially if I dig it in, it's really hard for him to heel with me. Now, because of this hook, we are attached. And this is how Felipe Pena, you feel how much pressure there's on your thigh. This is how Felipe Pena sucked himself in to take Gordon Ryan's back. Yeah? So yes, you have this structure, but this structure requires a lot of timing. And one mistake, and I actually exposed my heel because I turned before, I turned in a manner that he could still catch the heel. So you do have this structure, it is the more riskier structure in my opinion. So I tend to just don't give him the bend, and if you want to bend, I bend here so I can take the long road to the berimbolo. Clear? Anything else? So then I'd like to thank you. You know, you chose not to party, but to learn leg lock defense. You're the minority. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna roll. You can come up to me if you have questions. No problem. Maybe you find it fun to start rolling from the 50-50 position. Would be fun. Yeah? Thank you so much.